Hey guys, it's Rick from Ozark Living Homestead. This is actually, so you want to know, number 3 on Friday, but it's not Friday, it's actually Saturday. I got so busy yesterday, I apologize, but I got so busy doing some things, actually hooking up getting ready to hook up some of my solar and trying to get everything ready, that I forgot to make the video, and I got a habit of doing that. Sometimes I've just got so much to do trying to get it all done. You know, videos don't take that long to do it. You know, I don't really do that much editing, don't know how to do it. I'm not really good with the computer, but you know, it works out. Anyway, so I'm doing it. It's Saturday, and of course Saturday it seems like it's most of the time. Friday or Saturday are the days that I run into town. When I have to go, sometimes I don't have to go for a couple of 3 weeks. I don't even leave the property. But I had to get pick up some stuff and do a little bit of shopping. It just felt like going to town, do some shopping and stuff. And actually went over to another town about an hour away to get some other things done. But anyway, because I haven't gotten a lot of videos done, I'm starting to get more and more done. Don't get a lot of questions, but I want to keep this going because eventually I think it will. And if it doesn't, then I'll just stop doing it. But anyway, I want to touch on something that I've always said that I won't do, and of course I'm going to do it anyway. I don't like to talk about politics, religion, and a few other things like that. But you know, you see more and more stuff, and it actually has something to do with the homesteading part of what I'm doing, and what me and my wife are doing, because a lot of this stuff has to do with why we're doing what we're doing, and I'll get into that later. But this European, them getting out of the European Union, Britain. A lot of people don't know it, and I'm not an expert on it by far, and this is only my opinion only. A lot of people are not going to agree with it. That's fine, you have the right to do that, but this is my opinion only. A lot of people don't realize what the European Union is or was, and the reason for it. It actually was formed, and I'm not showing a lot of dates and stuff like that, but I think it was around 50 years ago or so. But it was to unite a lot of small countries in Europe. Basically, they united together, although they were their own individual companies, they had their own governments and everything. But they united, sort of like the United States. Although we're all one country, we're different states. They were just different countries, but all united into one. Now, the problem with that, and a lot of this I've just learned recently, of course, I keep up with a lot. I'm kind of a history buff. I love history. The problem with that is that they had to go by certain rules, Britain included, and all these other countries, because they were all united. They basically, their borders, they didn't have borders. I mean, you could go from one country to the next, and basically live, an immigrant. And they've had such a big problem in the past few years of a lot of immigrants coming into Britain, and the younger, well, I'm not going to say the younger generation, because even the older generation, they're losing their jobs. And that's what happened, this vote. The have-nots, the people that don't have the money, that don't have the jobs, were tired. They're just tired of being beat up on by the rich people who can afford it and are making money off of these immigrants coming into the countries, to Britain, and taking their jobs, and they're not able to make a living, so they were just tired of it, and they're the one that forced this vote. And as a lot of you know, it was very close, but they actually voted to get out of this union. Now, of course, it caused a lot of chaos, financial chaos in the world, and this is just only the beginning of it. And if you think about it, what is the problem in this country? And I'm not trying to sound prejudiced or anything, but we have tons and tons of immigrants coming into this country that are taking the jobs of the people here. Now, we're all immigrants from one time or another, our ancestors. And I'm not saying immigrants should be allowed into this country, but they should be coming into this country legally. But the only problem is, and this is another subject I want to touch on later on too, is a lot of the immigrants that come in take these jobs. They'll work in the fields for 10, 12 hours a day for minimum wage. And I'm sorry, but Americans, we are lazy. We are lazy, and I speak as all Americans. I mean, not all of us. I shouldn't have said it that way, because there are some good, hard, honest, working people. But the majority of the American people are lazy. We're not going to go out and work bent over in a field to pick vegetables or climb up in trees and pick fruit for minimum wage or less. You know, when the immigrants will do it. And then we want to complain that they're taking our jobs. You know, and I'm not saying go out in the fields and pick cotton or pick fruit or vegetables. You know, I mean, if I had to, I would to support my family. But it's not nothing I want to do. But we've become a lazy country, very lazy country. And so we actually need immigrants. Not all of them. I mean, there are some Americans that actually go out in those fields and work too. But just think about it. I mean, how lazy this country is. And it reminds me of a commercial that's on TV right now, if you think about it, is where the man puts a big hammer up on the coffee table and tells the young guy that that's his grandpappy's hammer, that he's passing it on to him. And the kid works for GE, and he's saying, no, I'm in programming or whatever, in the computer part of it or whatever. And the father says, you can't pick it up, can you? He says, no, it's not that. I'm in the computer, the programming. He says, you can't pick it up. So basically, what I got from it, and I'm sure that's not what it was supposed to be, but basically, these kids are wimps nowadays. If they can't do it with a computer, they don't want to do it, or they can't do it, you know. And anyway, that's what I got from it. But, you know, my point being is what Britain has done, the people in Britain, and this is only the beginning of it, and you're going to see it's going to be a lot of turmoil. That's where this country's headed. It's headed there, and a lot of people don't believe it. A lot of people don't see it. The people here have just not stood up and done anything about it. Now, I'm not a Trump fan. I'm not a Hillary fan either, of course. But I think Trump is dangerous, but I don't think he'll ever be president. I like a lot of his ideas, but he doesn't know how to do them. I mean, he's a lot of talk. There's a very good possibility he may be elected, because people are tired, sick and tired of the government taking everything they have and everything they work hard for, and they sit back and they do nothing. For instance, Congress just had their little sit-in, 26, 28 hours, something like that. It was just a big show. That's all it was. It was a big show. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change. You know, the first time you've ever done that. And if you think you can trust your Congress or any politician, you're wrong. You're dead wrong. Because if you pay attention, what they did is when the Speaker of the House ends it, the cameras go off. They cut it off. C-SPAN. Okay? The rules say no other filming. What did the Democrats do? Think about it. They did their own filming and live streamed it, which means they broke a major rule. Nobody has mentioned that yet. That they broke a major rule. but nobody cares. You know, they can do it and get away with it, but you let the everyday Joe do it like us, we can't do that. So anyway, my point being is this country is in for a long, hard road. You know, maybe this video won't turn out like I thought it would, but I mean, some of these things just bug the crap out of me when I see them on the news. And then I read things on the internet. Of course, you don't believe everything you read on the internet, but I read a lot of news stations and stuff. But you guys, it's coming. And my honest belief is that martial law is coming also. It's on its way. I may not see it at my age, but I believe there will be one day there'll be martial law. Of course, that'll be in the cities. That won't be out here where I'm at. Hopefully my family will stay out here so they'll be safe. You know, and then there'll be more and more people wanting to come out where I am in different parts of the country. But, you know, that's just the way things are. So anyway, guys, if you don't really want to see these videos like this, just let me know, and I won't make any more of them. I just had to get that off my chest, and you know, it's not everything that I wanted to talk about, but I don't want to make the thing too long. So anyway, guys, if you want to keep up with more on my videos, if you look up right beside where it says subscribe or whatever, there's a little, I think it's a little star-like thing, little flower-like thing. If you press it, if you click on that, you can actually, you'll see where it says all future, click for all future updates or videos, and it will actually notify you that I've actually just made a new video, and you can keep up with them, you know, pretty much know when I have one out, and you can keep up with them. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get off of here. I'm almost back to the house now. I got a ton of work to do. Working on the solar thing, the solar tracker, and getting it set up. I'm going to start doing some videos on them as I set it up and get it set up. I'm going to put just a 100-watt panel on it to start off with, just to get it moving so I can adjust it and everything, and make sure it's tracking like I want it to before I put all the panels on it. So you guys have a great day.